Madebylucy and welcome to my little sewing vlog where I talk about all the lovely things that I'm planning on sewing, show you all the things that I've been sewing and just talk general dressmaking and try and inspire you all as well to find your sojo and get sewing with me. So welcome to the channel, thanks so much for joining me, and if you haven't subscribed please do that now. Click on that little subscribe button and give me a thumbs up so that you see notifications of when my next videos come up. So what's been happening? I feel like I haven't been on here for ages. I apologise. I have had no time over the summer. Literally it has flown by and all the plans that I had, hardly any of them, you know, actually came through and came to life or whatever. I've just been super busy with the kids and the family, which is good obviously, and I was holding some little some craft workshops with the kids in my local area, and all that's just kept me really busy too. So I've been really creative and things, just not done a lot of sewing. So some of my me-made plans have not come to fruition. So apologies that I haven't got masses to show you, but I have got loads of plans coming up, and the weather has changed. It's currently drizzling here in Wiltshire. It's not very warm. I've got my little heater on here in my studio because I'm already cold. I've got my cardi on. I get cold super quick, so the weather has certainly changed and it's making me think of autumn makes, which, as much as I am a proper summer girl, I love the heat, the autumn's making me feel quite excited because there's loads of makes you can, you know, be doing through the autumn. Nice warm snuggly things using gorgeous textured fabrics like corduroy, velvet, brushed cotton. There's loads that you can use, so it's a real textual time of year as well for fabrics, which I love. But I need warmth. I'm a warmth girl, so I'm going to be wearing lots of woolly jumpers. So I'm considering as well, I might have to put my hand to a little bit of knitting this year and see if I can whip myself up a little sweater as well. Thinking that might help me sit down and relax a little bit because I'm a bit of a busy bee lady. But so autumn's coming, so loads of ideas coming up from that. So let me share with you what I have been doing over the summer months. Hopefully you guys have managed to sneak in some sewing too, so feel free to share some photos with me. I love to see that, and if you're part of my social sewing community group on Facebook, head over there and share your photos with me as well. So in my last vlog, if you haven't watched that, head back and watch it. I'll put the link up here for you. Head back and watch that. In my last vlog I spoke about the shirt dress, and that was one of the Simply Sewing magazine patterns. Now I don't have this magazine all the time, but I do like to buy sewing magazines every now and again. They're great for inspiration. It's just nice to have a flick through. It's really easy reading. It just gives you some ideas of trends and things that are coming up, so it's really great to have a sewing magazine to have a look through now and again. But I'm trying to use the patterns that are in them, and the reason I'm trying to do that is because one, they're free, they come with the magazine, and two, quite often there'll be patterns that you probably wouldn't necessarily choose to buy and make for yourself if you had the choice. So it means that you get to make some alternative things that maybe you wouldn't think about making normally. And quite often those things come out really gorgeous and you're like, oh, I did not know that was going to suit me, or I would not have chose that at all. So that's why I'm going to try and make all the patterns that come through when I do buy the magazine to give me some inspiration and make different things. So the shirt dress here, it's just called the shirt dress, was in a few months ago. It was in the magazine. And actually the shirt dress is something I would wear, so that was perfect. So I thought I would give that a go. I haven't finished it, of course. The summer is just, not giving me the time. But there are a few things with this pattern I picked up. Now I was using this beautiful blue fabric, which again is on my last vlog. I absolutely love it, I adore it. It's the most gorgeous fabric ever. The colours are so vibrant and lovely, and the hang on it is beautiful. I was umming and ahhing about adding the sleeves because when I made it I put one sleeve in and I had one sleeveless, and when I tried it on I quite liked it without the sleeve, but I'm quite pleased it's taken me this long to make it because I've decided to add both sleeves onto this dress. It will get a lot more wear out of it for me that way because we just don't have a long enough, hot enough summer for me to go sleeveless. So having the sleeves on means that I can wear it a lot longer. I can wear it out as a sort of dressed up item as well. So decided to put the sleeves in. And all I've got left to do is the buttons down the front, and I just need to hem. And I've established that hemming is my least favourite thing to do. I don't know if it's because it's the end of the project and I kind of have just like, oh, I just want to wear it now. So yeah, I could do with like, you know, a hemming fairy or something to help me do those bits. Anyone want to do that? Give me a shout. Yes, that's my least favourite bit. So I just need to hem it. I need to make the belt, in fact, and pop the buttons down the front. Everything else is done. Really great little pattern. There were some bits in there that were a bit hard to read through when you're making. So if you're new to dressmaking, there were a couple of bits on the cuffs here. You had to read a couple of times to make sure you had that in your head, how to put it all together. It also doesn't tell you to hem the dress, and as much as I'd like to miss that step out, obviously you do need to hem it. So all I'm going to do on here is just a little double hem all the way round. You could use a bias binding hem if you wanted to also, but I'm just going to double hem it. I'm probably, in fact, I might just single hem. I might just overlock the raw edge, turn it up, and then twin needle it round to give a little neat finish. And then I just need to add the buttons as well. But other than that, the pattern was pretty straightforward. The instructions were fairly easy to follow through. It's quite a simple little dress. It's very straight. There's no shape to it really. So point to remember, it's quite a fitted dress. So the measurements on here are pretty much the exact measurements. So there isn't any give on the pattern at all. You need to allow extra room. So this is quite snug for me, and I did go up a size because the measurements also, when I measured myself to the measurements for the bust and waist and hips, they were all completely different as well, and yet the dress is very straight. So just bear that in mind. You might want to make a mock-up, a toil of it first to make sure you get them right. I went sort of in the middle because I'm quite small up top, so I didn't think I would need I didn't want it to be too baggy up top, but actually I could have done with going a size up because the belt will pull it in anyway. There's no darts or anything on here, so it is literally just a straight dress. So just bear that in mind, measure yourself up a couple of times, make sure you get the measurement right, and I would go for bigger rather than smaller, definitely on that dress. So that is still to finish, almost there though. So what I could do with is a night out or something coming up that I need a nice dressy dress for, and then, you know, I can finish it off. One of the things I did manage to get finished is another one of the strip tee. So this was just the blue version. So on my last one, again, on one of my previous vlogs, I had the gorgeous tropical leaf t-shirt with the blue strip down the back. This is just, I just used the blue fabric for this one. It's a really boxy, lovely little t-shirt made out of jersey fabric. So easy to make. It's literally 2 pieces, the front and the back, and just the neck. And it came out beautifully. I'm really pleased with it. The only thing I'm thinking about that I could do to make this a bit more autumnal is I might add a little cuffed bottom on it. So just to make it feel a bit more autumny or winter wear, I might get a nice ribbed cuff to go along the bottom here, just to take it a bit longer. You could make the pattern longer anyway, and just to take a bit of the openness away from it. So not to bring the top in really, just to give slightly thicker, a bit of definition to it. And just sort of jazz it up a little bit really. But I just thought that might be something I could do to make it last me through the season a bit longer. But a great little make, super easy if you're starting out, particularly for jerseys. And that was from Made It Patterns. So I finished that one, so that's good, and I've worn that hundreds of times already. And this fabric from Fabric Land is so soft, it's gorgeous, it washes beautifully, really, really gorgeous. The only thing also that I'm going to add, which it does recommend in the pattern, but I didn't have any at home, is I want to get some clear elastic to put through the shoulder seams just to keep the shape of them. And I found a great little hack for that online as well, for using your overlocker. So I will share that with you guys when I make my next one. So that I have finished. The other thing, what I've made a while ago actually, I made, talking about Simply Sewing magazine, I made the Bea Blouse, which is this pattern, again, from Simply Sewing. and it probably isn't a pattern I would necessarily make for myself. I think if you work maybe in a sort of corporate officey environment, this would be a super little smart looking blouse for you. But I made it up. I made it out of some spare fabric I had, just cheap fabric from my local fabric shop, just to have a go. And it is actually really lovely. So again, it's not hemmed because yes, that's my worst bit. But I was really pleased with it. I've just got to take my gathering stitches out from the sleeves, which I haven't done yet. And I made it out this lovely sort of deep mustardy gold colour. And actually I really like it. I made it slightly shorter because I like it just to sit on me. But again, I think you can equally make the longer and tuck it in. It would look gorgeous with a little pair of black trousers or a little cord skirt or something. Would look lovely with that. And I also was a bit unsure about this sort of pussy bow tie neck piece here, but I actually really like that also. So yeah, again, a really simple little make. This one did have darts in the front, so it does have a bit more shape. Again, like the shirt dress, it's very tight fitting, so make sure you go up a size or make sure you do a trial run first to get your sizing correct. So it is quite snug, and particularly on both of these patterns I found the snugness is around the arms particularly, and just around sort of the chest area. So just bear that in mind if you're using those patterns going forward. That's what I found for my measurements. But I really like this little blouse. It's really cute. I really like the little neck piece. It would make a lovely smart accompany to a little A-line skirt or a little pencil skirt or a pair of trousers. So I'm definitely going to make this one up again. I think this would be lovely for me to wear in my sewing studio here when I'm sewing with my ladies. Yes, so that was a really cute little make as well. So other things to note about that one. I think the pattern was really easy to understand. There was nothing really that it missed out or that I couldn't grasp by reading first time. It was a nice little pattern, super simple. You can make it, the suggestions are a lightweight woven fabric, such as a cotton lawn gingham, crepe fabric. So I think you can make it out of anything really. You can make that out of a 100% cotton, just a normal one. It just be slightly more sort of structured top. This gingham one on the back definitely has been made out of a cotton. There's not a lot of sort of flow on that one, but it looks beautiful. So yes, that's a lovely little make as well. And that again was a free pattern, so perfect. All of my patterns I sort of trace and cut so that I can go back and resize them if I want to. Not everybody enjoys that. I really like that stage. I really like the drawing out the pattern and cutting it. I think that's maybe my arty side coming out. I enjoy doing that. So I do that with all of my patterns so I can go back and reuse them. So two great little patterns to have a go. If you've got them hidden away somewhere at home thinking they might not be for you, grab them out and have a go. Perfect for autumn as well, and you can use a mixture of fabrics on those as well. So yeah, and some great little skills you learn in there. I mean, the shirt dress, you've got buttonholes galore, so you can, you'll be a whiz by the time you finish that. You could equally add poppers if you wanted to. You don't have to use buttons, of course. They've both got little ties, so this one's got a belt and this one's got a tie top, so you have a practice at that as well. They've both got lovely sleeves, so you can practice putting sleeves in. So some really good skills in both of those patterns, but nice and simple to follow as well. So that's a great little beginners patterns to follow along to. So that's what I've done or am in the process of finishing for myself. The other thing we've been making, I made over the summer, this was with my online academy, which is my online course. We made the lovely crossbody apron, which has turned out beautifully as well. And this was from an American company. It's from a company called Quick Sew. Again, super easy pattern to follow along. I think this was found on Amazon. And we're doing this on my online course. There's a couple of different ways you can do the apron. You can have the two pockets like I've done here, or you can have one front pocket. And you can also, there's a couple of different ways to do the strap as well. So it's got a gorgeous crossbody strap at the on the reverse, so it falls really beautifully, really easy to make. This particular way was just 3 pieces of fabric cut out, so you've got these 2 back bits with the strap, and then you've got the front section and just the pockets. There was a couple of changes we made to the pattern. The pattern is just a single fabric, there's no lining, and all of the hems and seams on the pattern were single fold, so they suggested that you finish the raw edges off with your overlocker or zigzag and then just fold over and stitch. So to make it much more hard wearing and wash much better, we've done a double hem all the way around our garments, our aprons, just to make it much more hard wearing. So that was a little change we made. What else did we do? Oh, and also on the front here, on the yoke, it again suggested that you just fold over once and you finish off the raw edge with your overlocker or zigzag again. But I just felt that that probably wouldn't see it through the washing machine many times without starting to fray. So again, we've done a double fold at the top here. We also finished down these side edges where it was open. We sewed down those as well, just to make it really hard wearing. So a couple of little things we changed, but that's a great little pattern. I thought that would make a fabulous Christmas gift as well for somebody. Changes that I might make to it, I might potentially make the strap slightly narrower, coming up and over the shoulder for me, and also for me as well, I probably would take the top of this in slightly. It was a little bit wide for me. And size wise on this pattern, again, it came out suggesting that I go sort of a much bigger than I normally would if I was following a pattern. So I went for the bigger size, but actually I probably could have gone down a little bit because there's a lot of give on this particular pattern where it's open. So yeah, you've got a lot of leeway. So again, you know, have a play around, see what works for you. Some people like it to be, you know, a bit more free fitting. I like my clothes to be slightly more snug on me because I'm quite small framed. But yes, a great little pattern. So have a go at that one as well if you can. I will put all the links to all the patterns in my comments below. But yes, a fabulous little pattern, really easy to do, and would make a great little gift as well. So we've been making that online in my sewing academy. So that's been done over the summer too. So that's fab. And I've been stocking up on a little bit of fabric, not loads to be fair. I've got some in my stash I want to be using. There's a couple of fabrics I do want to get my hands on, I've been looking for. I can't quite find the one I really want. One of those fabrics that I'm looking for is a gorgeous denim, but I would quite like one with maybe with like a little bit of sparkling or something. I'm not sure, but I haven't quite come across it yet. And that's to make my York Pinafore. So it's all printed out, ready to go. I just need to cut it and stick my pattern together. But I'm really excited about starting this. I think the first one I'm going to make out of denim, I've decided. And then if it goes well, I might also make myself a little corduroy one as well. So this is a really simple pattern. It's from Helen, it's from Closet Patterns. Independent pattern designer, a really loose fitting pinafore, really lovely big scoopy arms, so you can wear some gorgeous tops underneath and sort of flash off some funky fabrics underneath. And there's a couple of different ways to do the pocket as well, and a couple of different lengths. So I'm really excited about having a go at that, and I think what I'm going to do is go for the 2 pocket, but with a neckline that's slightly higher. So one's got a slightly deeper neck and one's got a slightly higher. I'm going to go for the higher neck, but I'm going to go for 2 pockets on there. So that is my next make once I finish these other bits, of course, which I'm just on the lookout for fabric at the moment. So that's my next thing to go. And then a couple of fabrics that I've hooked out of my stash is my pink jersey, which I've had for ages, tucked away. And I bought a load of this because I love stripes. You know, they're always good to make. They're classic design. I wanted to replicate this jumper that I've had. I bought this years ago from New Look, and I really like it because, again, it's really casual wearing. This one's quite loose fitting, probably much more loose fitting than I would normally wear. I like something a bit tighter, really. but it's really easy to wear and I love it up here in the workshop. It gives me a bit of warmth because it's made out of a lovely sort of thick jersey. And I could just move around really easily when I'm sewing and things. So I want to replicate this. I like this little funky neckline as well on here. It keeps sort of my neck a bit warmer, it's a bit higher, but it's not tight like a turtleneck. So I do like that, where it's a bit looser. So I'm going to copy the pattern. Again, it's really easy, and I thought I would make that from this lovely pink stripe to start me off. So that's what I'm going to make from this, and I thought maybe I might do a little t-shirt, but maybe a long sleeve one to go under my new York Pinafore. So that's what my pink stash fabric is going to be used for. The other thing I've got in my stash is this lovely brushed cotton that again I bought last winter from my local fabric shop, Fabricland. And with the intentions of making a little skirt. I was going to use this for the sewer skirt day that we done earlier in the year, but I ended up doing the little tartan skirt behind me. This one just felt a bit too autumny, wintry, and we'd done the sewer skirt day back in sort of end of spring. So I've kept this aside. I love it. It's a brushed cotton. It's lovely and soft and gorgeous. It's a little bit thin for me. You could make it single layer, but I'm going to have to line it because I need the warmth because I get super cold. But I thought teamed with a gorgeous funky pair of bright tights, that would look amazing. So that I'm going to make into probably a little A-line skirt like the one behind me. This was a new look pattern that we used. Again, really easy to make. These are great little projects if you are a quick sewer. So if you want sewing projects that are fairly quick to make, that you can sort of whip up once you've made a couple, you'll be well away. New Look are perfect for that. Their beginners range is super easy to make, so you can really accomplish something really quickly. And I think when you're starting out with sewing, it's really important to choose projects that you can get through fairly quickly and easily, to really motivate you to move on to the next one. So it's so easy to pick something that's going to really push you out your comfort zone, which is good to do, of course, but that can sometimes put you off, because if a project's going to take you too long, if you can't understand the instructions, if you're just finding it too complicated, it's just going to put you off, and that could put you off making something else in the future as well. So start easy and build up, and a lot of the easy projects look fabulous once they're made. So don't be put off by thinking, oh, I want to try something that's much more trickier or have a lot more skills in. You know, start with something easy to begin with, make some staple pieces for your wardrobe, and then move on to something that's going to take you a bit longer and a bit more involved. It just will motivate you much quicker and keep you motivated and not put you off sewing. So that I'm going to make into a little A-line skirt like this one behind, super easy, and I will let you know how that turns out. And I'm going to line that. I haven't decided what I'm going to line it with yet. Again, I'm really funny with fabrics against my skin, even though I'm going to wear tights, so I'm not a massive tight lover, but I'm going to try this year to wear more skirts and dresses and be a bit more feminine. I live in jeans normally, but with my me-made wardrobe, I want to try and make some gorgeous skirts and dresses. So I do want to line this with something. I haven't quite decided what yet. I might go and ask them what they suggest, take it back in and see what they suggest actually. And that is also another great tip for you. If you're making a pattern, whether you've bought it from that shop or you've got a pattern from home, if you're unsure what fabric to use or what you should line it with or what thread you should use or any of those questions, go in and ask the guys in the fabric shop. They will be happy to help you. They should be happy to help you. It's their job and they've got loads of knowledge. They've seen people make things previously, they've probably made stuff themselves, so they can advise you what they think would work. So don't be afraid to ask. Don't feel like you have to know everything. They love to help you. So if you're unsure, go and ask the ladies in your local fabric shop what they suggest. And the other thing I have bought recently is this rather funky Christmas fabric. This is just a cotton woven fabric with these gorgeous little Christmas unicorns on, and I'm thinking of making something for my daughter with this. So I bought a couple of meters of this, and I want to make my daughter something with this for Christmas. She's 9, so this is a real tricky age, I'm finding, because she's kind of finding her feet of her personality. She is choosing some of the clothes she wants to wear, and they're all being, you know, they're all getting this little image for themselves that they think they like, dislike, want to wear, don't want to wear, everyone else is wearing, all of these things. So, you know, I bought this thinking, oh, I could make her a gorgeous little Christmas dress. I'm not sure she's going to want to wear that now. So I'm thinking maybe a rather funky little cotton jumpsuit maybe, and then I can make her a little t-shirt to go underneath. So that's what I'm thinking with unicorn. She loves unicorn, so she will love the fabric, I know that much. It's just what to make her. So maybe a little jumpsuit for her is a possibility. If you've got any ideas, let me know, and that hopefully will fulfill her need to have her own fashion desires and look. Hopefully, I don't think she's going to wear a dress. I don't think she is. I think she's gone past that. I know it's sad, but so I'm thinking a little jumpsuit out of that. That's my idea for that. And that's all of my fabrics and things and plans that I've got. Currently, I'm super busy with my handmade shop, my Etsy shop, coming up to the Christmas season. Everybody's ordering things, which is fabulous. It lets all my creativity flow, which I love. My handmade shop sort of gets closed through the year at different times now, as I do different things through my business. It's quite seasonal, which is lovely as well, lots of variety, but my handmade shop is open, so I'm creating lots of gorgeous stuff. Let me just show you actually over here are my unicorns. I've got a couple cut out. Let me just grab one. This is one of the things that I make in my little handmade Etsy shop. These guys are waiting to be stuffed and finished off. But these are my little unicorn cushions. They're just decorative. This is the sort of thing that I put my creative mind to when I'm sewing, for people's gifts and things to buy. So yeah, so these little fellas are waiting to be stuffed. So if you haven't seen my handmade shop, I'll put the link in as well. There might be something you like there for someone for Christmas, or I might just give you some inspiration as well. But that's what I'm busy doing at the moment. So fingers crossed, I'm going to get this lot finished in the next couple of weeks. Start on my York dress, which I'm really excited about, and start getting some more me-made stuff to share with you guys. A little update really of what's happening in the world of Madebylucy. My YouTube channel here, thank you so much for following me, is going to be all about dressmaking, all about all the gorgeous things that I like to make or inspire me or aspire to make even if I don't finish them. I'm going to share it all with you, give you some pattern reviews, look at different fabrics, take you out and about when I go shopping, all those sorts of things. So if you're up for that and would like to join me, then this is the place to be. Make sure you subscribe so you know when my videos are coming down, and I'm going to try and do a monthly vlog on here and then drop in when and as I can through the month as well to share other little tips and sewing know-hows with you as well. And then in my Madebylucy business, I have a social sewing community group on Facebook, which I'll drop the link in as well for you. And over there on Facebook is where I have a community of sewers that I try and inspire every week to get sewing and make gorgeous things and share that with the community. So it's all really about support, inspiration, motivating each other to get sewing, sharing what we're making. And from now coming up to Christmas, I'm going to be doing some live sewing sessions in there, showing you how to make a handmade Christmas. So all sorts of different gift ideas, decorative ideas to make your home more handmade this Christmas. So that's what I'm doing in my social sewing community from now up until Christmas as well. So if you'd like to join me anywhere, I would absolutely love to see you. Drop me a comment and say what you would like to see from me more, or that you're enjoying or not enjoying my content. It's really great to get some feedback and see what you guys really want. But until next time, happy sewing, and I can't wait to see you around. Bye!